Hi there, welcome to I Alone Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Capricorn energy, and we're going to do this 10 card spread, and we're going to read it from a couple different perspectives because people have free will in how they harness their Capricorn energy. Some people harness high vibe Capricorn energy. More worldly, shadowy energy of Capricorn is represented by the devil. High vibe energy I view as the King of Pentacles. Life's about learning lessons, and some people have learned more lessons than some other people, and they're very emotionally mature and stable and grounded and loving and nurturing, and they have less things that manipulate them because they've worked through those things in their life and learned lessons, and they've learned that love is the answer. Justice, fairness, truth, love, character, and integrity. And that's how they're living their life. But some other people, still caught up in the world, still maybe more about themselves, have some kind of shadowy traits or characteristics, could be selfish, greedy, prideful, lazy, immature. They can present themselves as harnessing high vibe Capricorn energy because we can all present ourselves any way we want to in the world, but what's the truth of it, And we need to learn lessons and listening to our intuition. And some people are ignoring their intuition. Their intuition right now could be screaming at them, saying, don't be doing what you're doing. You shouldn't do this. This isn't going to work out the way you think. But, we have lessons to learn in that too. So the thing is just to see the truth. If you're someone who harnesses high vibe Capricorn energy, you'd probably like to be in relationships with other people that have learned some of the same lessons you've learned, aren't manipulated by some things that have outgrown those things in a way, and tempered their ego and their fear and their insecurity or their bossy, self-centered nature. But some people haven't learned those lessons, and we can keep trying to change other people or get out of our ego about it and realize that people are where they're at. We can't make people live their life differently. We've all been there. We've all lived our life at age 15, age 18, age 25, age 35. We viewed life differently at different stages of life based on the lessons that we've learned. And we can't make other people force them to learn those lessons. So we accept that people are where they're at. We wish them peace, love, and joy. Am I going to date you or marry you? No. Can I enjoy your company and you're a friend? Yeah. Can I work with you at work? Yeah. But because we deal with all sorts of people in the world. Okay, I also got out of the Energy Oracle cards, we got the door to personal healing and happiness. Everybody has their idea of what will make them happy. For some people, I think I'll be happy if people indulge me and I get my way all the time. Or I think I'll be happy if I try to control everyone. I think I'll be happy if I indulge in all these things of the world or make my life all about money and materialism. I might not even want to do love. I get hurt doing love. I don't want to do love. And other people want to do love, and they're open to it. And, the reason it came out is because of the contract card, which has the scales of justice there. What do we think is just and fair? We know at different stages of our life, we lived our life a certain way. We were sure that was going to make us happy. We were sure that was the right way to live life. That was our truth. And some people are still living their life at some ways that we've already been there and done that, and we realized it didn't make us happy. And there's people further ahead on the road than us. More bold, more confident, more have learned about more of their unique talent, skills, and interests than some of the rest of us. We're all on the journey of learning lessons in life. And we just need to see the truth of where people are at, how they view life. The overarching reason for the reading is the King of Pentacles, which I view as Capricorn energy. And also Capricorn energy is earth sign energy about putting work and effort to have these things that we view as victorious and a legacy. What is the legacy we want to leave behind? Is it, I want to be a just and fair and balanced, authentic, loving person. I have some of these things of the world. I don't need it all. And I also have loving, supportive, encouraging people in my life. I'm a loving, encouraging, authentic person. I make decisions taking other people into account. But other people can present themselves as being that type of person, but they might be more about themselves or more about ego, or they could be immature or whatever, you know? We need to get to know people to find out the truth. So we start out with, we start out with the Six of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. The Six of Cups can talk about how we harness our Scorpio energy. Do we want to be in deep, meaningful relationships, or would we rather not be in deep, meaningful relationships? Because in order to do that, you have to let your more hopeful, believing, loving nature come out in the world to play. And some people don't want to do that. So the Six of Cups can be, I want to repeat an old pattern. Whatever that pattern is. Maybe I am immature. Maybe I'm more superficial and shallow. Maybe I'm used to being indulged or indulging other people. You know, so how we what the type of relationships that we want to invest our time, energy, and effort into in the Six of Pentacles is going to be determined on if we've learned lessons in life. The Six of Cups can talk about the past. Have we gained insight and understanding about the past so we can let the past go and it's no longer manipulating us, like past pain and heartbreak and fears and insecurities? Or are we still, we'll keep repeating that pattern until we see the truth of it? And there's some people that are repeating an old pattern because they haven't wanted to see the truth of it. High vibe energy is about dealing with the truth about the past. And then we're going to work together with people in relationships and invest in relationships based on, again, the Three of Pentacles is Capricorn energy, kind of based on what our truth is. When someone is holding one pentacle, is kind of like what their truth is. So people right now are working together with people in the world because that is aligned with their truth of what they think will make them happy and what they think is just and fair. Some people are repeating an old pattern. Some people are more emotionally shallow, superficial. Some people are more about the world. Their idea of victory and legacy is maybe to be in a relationship, maybe to be married, because the King and Queen of Pentacles is the only married suit of the deck. And if some people, if that's what's important to them, I just want to be in a relationship. I just want to be married. You know, I don't care if it's superficial and shallow. I don't care if it's more about money or materialism or indulgence. I just want to be in a relationship. And there's some people in the world, that's how they live their life. Other people have reconciled themselves with the past and they don't want to repeat that old pattern. I've already been there and done that. I've already lived life like that. I'm ready to have a new beginning. And with the people in my life that are working together with me in deep, meaningful, loving, emotionally mature relationships, I'm going to keep investing in those people. And I'm also going to offer love to other people in the world to see if they want to move forward with us in that energy. Then we have the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is Virgo energy, which is also represented by the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles in Virgo energy is putting in work and effort to accomplish this goal. What is my goal? What will make me happy? What do I think is just and fair? Some people are really stressed in the Nine of Swords about love. I don't want to do love. I get hurt doing love. There might have been loving people I could have been in a relationship with, but because I'm pretty sure what will make me happy is to indulge in these things of the world, or be more about me, or be more about ego and image and money and materialism, I might have let the loving people go. They could be kind of stressed about those people because they maybe didn't move forward with them, because in order to move forward with them, they would have to put in this work and effort to free themselves from the things that manipulate them. What are my fears? What are my insecurities? Why am I so caught up in these things of the world that I make so important to me? Why am I so afraid of love? Why am I afraid of being more vulnerable and authentic in a relationship? And instead of doing that work, some of those people in the King of Wands energy decided, I'm not going to move. That's not my truth. I have a lot of fear and insecurity of doing love, listening to my intuition, in my free will nature of being able to pick this or that. I choose to be defensive. I choose to be more about me. I choose to make my life not listening to love and intuition to guide my decisions, but more what's better maybe for my ego or my image or my sense of stability and security at this point in time. And that's what people are deciding in the judgment call. And high vibe people, they could have also been in some mismatched relationships where they were more motivated and inspired to want to be in relationships based on love, and they wanted to be in relationships with people who had freed themselves from their more worldly nature. And they were inspired to also call judgment on the people in their life. And we do this throughout our life. We can be in relationships with people. We get to know them. And the Nine of Swords can be all these different things that we have to kind of negotiate in a relationship, to find out if we think we're on the same page, if we want to take that job, if we want to stay in that friendship, if we want to move forward more in maybe a romantic relationship. And sometimes we can be in relationships with people a long time, negotiating all those things to see if we're like compatible. We can be in relationships with people for years because we have all these things to kind of work through, if we can come to kind of agreement on it. But then it can there's only a maximum of 10, and this is the Nine of Swords. It could eventually get down to that last truth. There's a lot of things we could like about being in a job, being in a friendship, being in a romantic relationship, but then it kind of gets down to that final truth of what is the Ten of Pentacles. Pisces energy can talk about the dreams that we have and what we find emotionally fulfilling and that we think will make us happy and maybe make us feel more stable and grounded within ourselves, or maybe our comfort zone. And that can kind of be sometimes when, we decide, I don't want to keep staying in this job, this friend or these particular friends, we really kind of don't seem to be on the same page anymore, or that a romantic relationship could end for some people. Or you can be in a romantic relationship and maybe there's other people in your life together that it's like, I don't know if we want to keep working with those people or that person, just depending on what drives and motivates us and what makes us happy. Whatever people might like to indulge in, maybe they have some people in their life that don't want to indulge in those things anymore or make their life about that more so like they maybe did before. And so then we're maybe not sure if we want to keep hanging out with them as much because we could have been on the same page at one time, but then we kind of realize that what we want to invest our time, energy, and effort into can be different. And, that happens in life. You have people, we come together with all these different people in the world to help us get more clear about what our truth is and what our truth isn't. And sometimes, as relationships go by and people are changing and some people are kind of driving their life off into the ditch a little bit, other people are getting up on the road, more balanced, people change. And then as people change and people are making their decisions, sometimes we find out we're no longer on the same page as them. And everybody could have fond memories of the people, because the Six of Cups can kind of talk about that. Everybody could kind of have fond memories, and people in the Ace of Cups could be wishing people peace. But, what I want to focus on and what is maybe more of a primary focus in my life, or what I enjoy, depending on if you think they're kind of immature and shadowy or self-centered or materialistic or whatever, everybody can be kind of stressed out about people kind of going their separate ways. But we all, in the King of Wands, we all have these things that kind of motivate and inspire us that we want to invest our time, energy, and effort into. And so then we have to call judgment on ourselves. If that isn't aligned with my truth, and I don't really want to keep investing my time, energy, and effort into that, it can even be maybe I have friends from childhood, maybe a family member that I used to hang out with or invest more time, energy, and effort into, and I wish them love, but we're kind of on different pages. And from the Three of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles, it's the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles in Taurus energy can talk about our philosophy of life. And again, how we viewed life and what kind of motivated and inspired us at different times in our life changes over time. And for some people, they don't change. And for some, that's why you don't want to really hang out with them anymore, because you're not the same person that you were, and you've healed or grown or matured in some ways. And maybe you feel like they don't, because shadowy Taurus can be people who are kind of stubborn, set in their ways. I don't want to add anything new to my way of viewing life or how I live life. And they might be someone who's happy just continuing to repeat this pattern, and that is their judgment call. I want to keep doing this. I don't want to do anything different. I don't want to maybe see the truth. Maybe there are some things I should let go of. Maybe I do like more superficial and shallow relationships. Maybe I do love the world. Shadowy Capricorn, I love the world more than freeing myself from my more worldly egoic nature to be more independent in the world. And I'm about the world. And those are the things I want to invest in and make my life about. And we just need to see the truth about it. And some people right now are calling judgment either on themselves, saying, there could be some things I could be attracted to and some things I might be tempted to want to re-engage with in some way. There could be people I could be attracted to. But if I'm in a relationship or living my life in a way, and I'm holding myself accountable for my actions, I'm not going to repeat an old pattern, and I'm not going to go indulge myself in something that I could realize would just maybe cause me a lot of stress and anxiety. Why would I inflict that upon myself? But some people are just trying to decide, what is my truth? I have free will. Am I in relationships and friendships with people who seem to be on the same page as me? Or am I moving forward with people that maybe initially we got along great, but now there could be a lot of stress and anxiety in the relationship because one person is more inspired to work through some of their issues and they've kind of freed themselves from some of those things, and they could be trying to encourage the people in their life to free themselves, because high vibe Virgo again is about looking at the truth of situations, and it would be about adding to your foundation and your philosophy of life and how you view yourself, how you view the world, how you view relationships. High vibe energy is being enlightened to the truth. And it could just be in the fire energy of the King of Wands of Aries energy that, maybe I was caught up more in the world, and maybe I did used to have more fears of love or fears of believing I could manifest my dreams into reality. Maybe I was more codependent. And now I'm kind of more inspired to have more hope and faith and belief in myself and be more authentically myself and maybe quit letting my ego run my life or my fear run my life. And I'm ready to go through that door to personal happiness. And that means I'm willing to step forward in life differently and face my fears about doing so. as people are calling judgment on themselves and other people in their life and how they view life and how they want to live their life, kind of the judgment card is like the end of a trial. I've went through all these things. I've lived my life this certain way. I've been in these different types of jobs and friendships and relationships. It's time to make a decision, because I can't keep sitting here stressed out. you know, what is my truth? Who and what do I want to invest my time, energy, and effort into? Am I willing to be more independent of my worldly egoic nature and maybe some other people in my life? Are there people in my life that try to cause me a lot of stress and anxiety about being more independent? If you add the 1 to the 8 of Pentacles, you get the 9 of Pentacles, which is about being more independent in the world. Do I let people manipulate me? Do I let people cause me stress and anxiety? Shadowy King of Wands. Do I let my shadowy nature kind of manipulate and control me? Do I have other people in my life that try to manipulate and control me? That would be like shadowy Aries energy. Am I in relationships with people who are more about themselves? That's also shadowy Aries energy. Am I in relationships? If I harness these energies in a high vibe way, we have Scorpio, Capricorn, Virgo, Pisces, Gemini, Aries. And then at the end of finishing all of this, we get to the 5 of Swords, which is Aquarius energy. I have a dream. What is my dream? Is it more about me? Do I want to win at all costs? I don't really care who gets hurt. Am I in relationships with people who are like that? Do I have people in my life that seem to have a lot of mental conflict with me being more bold and brave and confident and independent in my life? Are they trying to control me? Am I trying to control other people? Do we have the same dream? Are we both more about these things of the world, or ego, or image, or money? Or is one person more motivated and inspired by love? And if we're in a mismatched relationship, it's going to cause conflict in a relationship. Because what we want to put our work and effort into and what we're motivated and inspired by, that kind of drives the decisions that we make in our life. If one person's going this way and one person wants to go that way, well, a house divided can't stand. And then we have this last card that isn't showing itself, which could be that people can make decisions in their life that they want to do things differently. We have people in our life that are kind of deciding how they want to live their life, and we're deciding how we want to live our life and what our truth is. And what people might not know, because sometimes we don't know why people do what they do, of course, and we might come to tarot to try to figure it out. But some people are rejecting harnessing this energy in a high vibe way, and they don't want people in their life to know that. Other people are harnessing this energy in a high vibe way, and some people could be confused, like, why aren't you reaching out to me? Why aren't you wanting to be in a relationship with me? Don't you view life the same way I do? And some people aren't reaching out to some people because they do harness this energy in a more high vibrational way, and the other people don't realize it. So, the 7 of Swords, which is also like the 5 of Swords, Aquarius energy. But again, some people... So Aquarius energy, also represented by the Star card. Do we look at life from a higher perspective so we can keep life in perspective? Or do we... Some people get really caught up in their head. All these fears, all these insecurities, all these things that manipulate them. Our shadow nature, our more immature worldly nature, selfish, greedy, egotistical, self-centered nature. It's kind of like our scared inner child nature and our selfish inner child nature that we need to kind of grow up and mature so that we don't act in those more immature ways of being. There's some people right now that are trying to get people to move forward with them in a relationship, presenting themselves as being more emotionally mature and stable and grounded and all those good things, but they're not. They're being deceptive and manipulative. They could be trying to get someone who is more loving and nurturing and more emotionally mature than they are, trying to get those people to get in a relationship with them or stay in a relationship with them, but they're hiding the fact that they are more about themselves, about the ego or image of it. It looks good for me. It makes me look victorious and successful. Makes me look more stable and grounded and mature. It makes it look like I've moved on. But they've moved on to like a new job or a new relationship, but they're the exact same person they were in the last relationship because they never did this inner work to deal with the truth. So they're the exact same person that they were before, but it's like trying to create an illusion and confuse people about the truth of who they are. And they could be trying to force judgment to go in their favor for people not to view them as a deceptive, manipulative person, a bossy, controlling person, an immature person, egotistical, self-centered person. If I can get myself in a different relationship and I get in a relationship with someone who seems very stable and grounded and loving and mature, well then it kind of seems like I'm that kind of person too, right? Or that person wouldn't stay in a relationship with me. But some people wear a very good false mask. And they might have a lot of these things of the world. They have some of the same things that high vibe people have. They can be attractive. They can be charming. They can be bright. They can be smart. They can have money. They can be attractive. They can have social clout. But is it really the truth of who they are? We can all know how to fake it in a way of seeming more stable and grounded and mature than we are. But are we really? And what they're hiding from people is, I do have this way of operating in a relationship that is maybe more about me. And I might have a lot. I might be very competitive in the world. I might be more about me. I might really want to look like a shining star in the world. But I don't want the people I'm in a relationship with to know that. So I'm going to try to confuse them. That's what shadowy Seven of Swords is about. With the Two of Swords, I'm going to try to confuse people about the truth of who I am because I want judgment to go in my favor. I want the people I'm in relationship with to keep working together with me and maybe even decide to hire me for a job or marry me. And some of the people that they're in a relationship with could be kind of stressed out about, they could get along, they want to be in a relationship, they want a job, but what some of the shadowy people in their life don't know about some of the high vibe people in their life is that some of them are dealing with someone who does listen to their intuition, and they have learned some lessons in life and are willing to not let their more worldly, egoic want for these things of the world to kind of run their life, because they've already been in relationships before with people who kind of weren't who they thought they were, and they've learned to listen to their intuition. And some of the people that they're in, the shadowy or more worldly people, what they might not see coming, and they could be really stressed about, is that the people that they are in a relationship with will listen to their intuition. And they're hoping they don't listen to their intuition and that they stay in their mental conflict. But some people will listen to their intuition and they will let go. The Two of Swords is Libra energy, like the contract card. Some people could be dealing with a Libra, but it can just be, is the person I'm in a relationship with or wanting to be in a relationship with or friends with or whatever. Do I think they're balanced within themselves? Do I think they've made peace with the past? So, and maybe not letting the past and other people in their life manipulate and control them? Are they someone who's being truthful and authentic and inspired by love? The Five of Swords can talk about change. Have they grown and matured themselves? Have they changed? You could have people wondering that about you. If there's someone that you want to be in a relationship with, or someone you meet, someone you and other people that are in high vibe energy don't want to just jump into a relationship and repeat an old pattern. I want to know if it's someone I already know, have they really changed? Have they really learned lessons from their life experience and kind of called judgment on their being more about themselves nature? Or are they still a deceptive, manipulative, egotistical, self-centered person? I don't want to be in a relationship with them if they're not. So there could be people reaching out to people. The wands can talk about communication. The swords can be about communication. The pentacles can be about bringing something into the 3D. The ace of cups can be about making an offer. To find out, are we on the same page or not? Can I, if they're shadowy, they're probably trying to figure out, can I manipulate you? Are you all stressed out and worried and anxious and in your competitive energy, want to win at all costs? Are you mad at someone? I don't care if you're mad at someone. Are you going to get in a relationship with me? I really don't care why. I maybe just want to indulge in a relationship with you for a bit. Shadowy people are trying to figure out if they can manipulate someone or not. High vibe people are trying to figure out if people are telling the truth or not. So, what's coming up for people who harness some high vibe Capricorn energy? And some people are calling judgment on different people. If they are a deceptive, manipulative person, if other people already saw the truth about them, they're no longer an illusion about them, well, then those people are calling judgment on the high vibe people in their life. I don't want to be in a relationship with you because I can't deceive and manipulate you anymore. I'm trying to get someone new to get in a relationship with me. And high vibe people, for the people that they've already seen the truth of, that we're not on the same page, I am no longer an illusion about you. I'm calling judgment on you, and I'm ready to go have this new beginning in friendships, workplaces, or relationships. What's coming up for the people who harness some high vibe Capricorn energy that they might not see coming? The Nine of Swords and the Queen of Swords, and the reason is because of the Queen of Wands. So from the Nine of Swords down to the One Sword, people completed a cycle. We can be up in our head about all these things, but we put in this work and effort to get to the truth, and we come out with the truth. I am no longer confused about the truth. I have looked at life from a higher perspective. I do have hope and faith and belief in my dreams. And in the Queen of Wands, that is in high vibe, it's like I choose to be in life-giving energy within myself and with people in my world. I'm going to give myself the things that I wish other people would have given me. I choose to be in an energy of love and hope and faith and compassion and forgiveness to myself for the lessons I've had to learn, and compassion and forgiveness to other people in my life for them being the loving, nurturing people they were, or the unloving, unjust people they were, because I learned lessons from all of it. And it helped me get more clear about my truth, and I accept that people are where they're at, and they have the free will to live their life whatever way they want. Some of those people I do want to move forward with in my life. Some of those people I don't. And because they offered truth and love and put things in perspective and looked at life from a bigger picture, they're able to see through the things that used to manipulate them. that would make them stay in certain jobs, friendships, and relationships. And now they don't align with that energy anymore. When I'm no longer in my fear, my insecurity, my codependency, my more immature, worldly, lustful, greedy, prideful nature, I won't be in relationships probably with the people who are happy when I was in that energy. I'm going to go hang out with the people that are loving and encouraging and supportive of me, that are happy I freed myself from those things that manipulated me before. And it could be seeing the truth of people who are harnessing more shadowy Leo energy, of operating more from their ego, regardless of what zodiac sun sign they are. What's coming up for the people that are harnessing more shadowy Capricorn energy that they might not see coming up? Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Empress, the Two of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, King of Swords, Two of Cups, Devil, and the Six of Swords. Why? Because of the Six of Cups. If people are repeating an old pattern, you could be in a relationship with someone and maybe someone is defensive to being held accountable for their actions. Maybe they repeated some poor past pattern. And from the Six of Cups to the Ace of Cups, it could be letting go of the Five of Cups. I don't want to maybe work through regrets of the past. I just want to move on. And in shadowy energy, it's like, I'm just not going to deal with it. I'm going to focus on my career. I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to go indulge in these things of the world to make myself feel better. But if we're in a relationship and someone decides, I'm going to repeat some past pattern of the past, I don't want people to know it. I am going to be kind of deceptive and manipulative. Eventually they have people in their life that see the truth, that they are repeating some poor past pattern. And the high vibe people in their life wanted them to invest in being just and fair and acting with character and integrity, because they have a dream they're trying to bring into reality. And they want truth and justice and fairness and balance in love. And for people to work through their own shadowy nature of kind of being more about themselves. And if they're not willing to do that, or seeing the truth that your dream is different than my dream, what drives and motivates you is different than me, I finally see the truth. And I've reconciled myself with it. I understand you view life a certain way, and you have the free will to live your life that way, but that's not how I want to work together with people. And I might find the way that you like to live your life maybe is a little more emotionally shallow and superficial. And I want to be in deep, meaningful relationships that challenge me to become all I can be, and to look at life from a higher perspective and believe in myself and believe in my dreams. And I don't think this relationship is doing that, because the people I'm in a relationship with keep repeating and want to keep repeating this old pattern where there's like nothing new to learn there. We've been there. We've done that. When are we going to see that those actions are toxic to the dream coming into reality? And that's when we kind of see the truth, that they're obviously not interested in bringing that dream into reality. Or in the Devil card, they wouldn't be so resistant to it. Why are you resistant to putting in work and effort to grow and heal and mature yourself, or to step out of your comfort zone, moving forward in truth and love and bringing a dream into reality? And finally, we have to see the truth that that's not their dream. That's not, or at least it's not now, and it may never be. And so they could have some high vibe loving people. The Empress is Libra Taurus energy, which anybody can harness. I'm more motivated to give birth to something new. I have a dream that I want to invest in, to get the justice I deserve. Not to be in a relationship with someone who might try to present themselves as loving, because the devil card looks like the lover's card, except that the people are chained. I don't want to be in relationships with people who are trying to restrict me and limit me and oppress me and confine me and manipulate me. Love's about having hope and faith and belief in love and letting people live their authentic life and cheering them on, so long as people are taking action from love. And some people are no longer confused about the truth. We can all get caught up in the illusion, and we want people to be who we think they are, and we can keep putting work and effort into it because we don't want to see the truth. And there's some people right now that are still not willing to see the truth. And so they're going to keep repeating this pattern and maybe staying in certain friendships, jobs, and relationships, because when we're ready to deal with the truth, we're ready to deal with the truth. And, we're all on our own journey. We all have to be willing to speak our truth. And because some people could be attracted to people, it could be more because they have mental conflict. Our prideful ego nature, we'd rather have the job, the friendship, or the relationship we're in work out so we don't have to go get a different one. And we can love people, we can be attracted to people, and we don't want to let it go. And some people are going to keep staying in those relationships because they are not ready to let it go. And then other people who might like to be in a relationship with some of those people, well, it's like, I can't be in a relationship with them if they keep letting these people or their friends or the world or their ego or their fear or whoever else they're in a relationship with. If that is their truth at this point in time, I need to accept the truth of that and not stay up in my head about it. Let that not stay stuck. And I need to see the truth. And I'm going to keep moving forward with the people in my life that seem to be on the same page as me. I want my justice and my divine inheritance, and I can only have that come into reality with people who are willing to work together with me and bring it into the 3D world and work with me to bring that dream into reality. And I only want to do that with people who are focused on truth and love and are out of their more ego view of life. And if they're still in their ego view of life, you can go stay or get into a relationship with someone else. And some of those people, what they might not see coming is, they might end up getting in a relationship with someone who is more like themselves. And, it could be a relationship that's kind of built on something other than love. Fear, insecurity, codependency, or they're just lust, greed. But it could just be that they're both on the same page. They have some lessons to learn in life, and so they're okay repeating this certain stage of life and living life a certain way because that's where they're at. And then in that relationship, it might be the catalyst to help them get more clear about their truth and work through some of their mental conflict because they are maybe in a relationship with someone who could mirror back it could bring up issues from their past. They could realize, oh shit, why wasn't I doing love? Why wasn't I more bold and brave and confident or authentic? Maybe because of something in my past that I hadn't worked through yet. And by getting in a relationship, maybe for some of them, with someone who kind of reminds them of people in their life that they hadn't wanted to see how it affected them and kept them from having more hope and faith or belief and love in themselves, they could get in a relationship with someone who subconsciously kind of reminds them of that person. And of course, that person might have some traits and characteristics that are kind of unhealthy. And it might be the thing that, because I think God wants everybody to be free of things that manipulate them. And sometimes we will repeat a pattern of getting in relationships with people where it kind of forces us to deal with some of those things that were kind of buried in the dark. And then, maybe it would free them one day. In the meantime, other people might have already worked through some of those issues and they're ready to be more authentically themselves, step outside of societal norms, get out of their more ego nature, repeating some old patterns, and they're ready to move forward in life differently. Some other people aren't, but maybe at some future point in time, some people will. Some of the people who are getting out of those mismatched relationships then might look back to other people that they know in their life, wondering if those are people that were more on the same page as them, but when they had to make a choice in life, because we had these lessons learned, we were drawn and attracted to certain people because we had lessons learned from them. And now they might reach out and communicate with some people saying, you know what? I did learn some lessons in life and I could have rejected you as a friend. I could have rejected you as dating you. And I had some growing up and healing and maturing of my own to do. And now I have. We just have to be careful that, with anybody that we meet, are they the one who actually was the more, basically to listen to your intuition if you think they are telling you the truth, if you think they're trying to deceive or manipulate you, if they encourage you to love and believe in yourself, or if they're trying to tempt you in your more worldly, egoic, lustful nature, prideful nature, materialistic nature, or sexual nature, or are they offering you truth and love and listening to your intuition about who's who? And that's what some people might not realize. Some people think, oh, you view life just like me. I don't think you've looked at life from a higher perspective. And they'll communicate with some people, and some people will call judgment on them. Because it's like, yeah, no, I'm not in mental conflict about the truth. I've dealt with people who are deceptive and manipulative and prideful and egotistical and all about themselves. And I don't want to be in a relationship with someone else like that again. And some of those people will be like, oh, damn. So I'm going to have to go get in a relationship with someone who's like me? Yes, because you're not someone who's learned some of the life lessons that I've learned. And I don't want to be in a relationship with you. And then they have to be in a relationship with someone who's like themselves, which they might not like, because that person has their own patterns that they're repeating, and they could have a lot of stress and defensiveness to love, and they might be more about ego or image and kind of more about themselves. Well, it kind of helps them maybe realize what it's like to be in a relationship with them. How do you like being in a relationship with you? Now you know what it was like for some high vibe people to be in a relationship with you. How do you like being in a relationship with someone who's like you? you know? But some people will move forward in a more materialistically focused life because it lets them stay in their comfort zone. They don't have to do this inner work. They can just make their life about these things of the world. And for some, that is their dream life. So that is what they think will make them happy. And for other people, I can't make my life about that. I already know that doesn't make me happy. It makes me feel like I'm missing an opportunity in love, and I'm not willing to give up authentic, loving relationships just to have those things of the world. But other people might. So there you go, Capricorn. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.